welcome to another episode of the Moneyline Podcast. And today,
It's been a while.
man, it has
It's
been a while. Today's been a frustrating day already.
It's been a frustrating week.
It's probably going to be honestly, it's probably going to be the topic of this podcast because it's just something that I'm sure every person in upper management goes through and hates going through, quite frankly. But we just had to let go of somebody. I hate having to let go of people, but I hate the perception or actual idea of dishonesty more. And it's unfortunate. And I hate that in my head, I guess, I try to be as generous as I can, but it seems like people tend to weaponize that generosity.
I think, going back to what you said first, though, it's because there's so much that goes into the hiring process, interviews, talking to people, discussing it amongst onboarding, but just getting to the point where you feel like you've,
got the right person.
You make a decision, we kind of go all in, we give them access to everything.
Yeah.
And then just to see it kind of all unfold at the same time. And then it's just like, we went through so much to try to make this work. And now we got to unravel it all.
Start over.
In one swoop.
Yeah. And I think it's disappointing. Unfortunately, it's a necessary part of our position. But for me, I guess in a sense, I just wanted to bring up this topic generally because it's something that every business has to go through, law firms, anybody. And I don't think lay people out there understand how much resources it takes to hire someone and to train someone and to get them basically into a position to where the company is comfortable along with them. And I mean, Lou, you see this firsthand because you have to deal with a lot of the logistics of all of it.
I do. Every time.
What's the resources start with let's put out an ad, right? Yeah. And so then you got an abundance of resumes and whatnot coming through and things that you got to kind of sift through and filter through. And then your time as far as like actually making the calls, setting up appointments, doing
sifting through the resumes and deciding which ones we want to talk to.
Through the hundreds of resumes.
And then setting up those times to talk to them and then dedicating all that time to talk to them and then weeding out those who we want a second round with. And, because we are a small firm, it's kind of, and I think people come from bigger firms are not used to having to deal with the social aspect of the office. And we're not trying to make it seem like, everyone needs to be best friends. We totally understand that personalities differ and there will be times where people don't get along, but we just expect you to...
Hey, we got a special guest here.
Late, per usual.
Per usual? I'm a usual suspect now?
Oh, hey guys. Ray Madeir is here.
Yeah. I hope you let him match.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Sorry for my tardiness. Pardon that.
But I just think that, we still are a growing firm and we still are a small firm.
Yeah.
And so, everything that happens in the bullpen is kind of heard by everyone.
I've got vodka. You're cold, my friend.
And so...
Without a mixer, I gotta drink this.
Okay.
People say, yes, I can do the job. And then sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Which is why I see people hiring recruiting companies. Now I know why.
I agree.
Before we used to think it's so expensive, yada, yada. But honestly, they do all that legwork for you, and then they just present you the best candidates. And then you're making that decision from there. But then, on the other side of it, you're also, once you make the offer, it has to be competitive. And this is what we can offer. And although we want... we have to be willing to give as much as they give to us and yada, yada. And we like that. We want to take care of our employees, and we hope that everyone does feel taken care of. And but it is teamwork is what makes the dream work.
The first topic of this conversation was about how the unfortunate act of having to terminate people.
And all the resources that go involved to hiring, onboarding and then seeing it come to fruition and then maybe not, and then having to go through this.
Start over again.
Yeah.
Well, that happens everywhere.
It does.
It
And that's
happens
what we were
everywhere.
talking about.
I would say that you've been, in my opinion, you've been far more successful than you've failed from what I've seen. Because I've run restaurants, and I've had to go through whole staffs of hiring someone to serve tables, and everybody thinks it's easy. And people, you have to hire people, give them a try, and you let them know. We'll find out early whether or not you're ready to do this job. And people will say, well, how long will I be here? Well, as long as you can be here.
As long as you can do the job the way we need you to do the job.
Can you show up on time, do good work, and go home? Then you will survive. And if you have someone that if people can work for you longer than a year, that is a long time. A year may seem small, but that is a long time. You have learned a lot about somebody in a year. If they last longer than a year, longer than a few years, that's a success story.
For sure. I agree with that.
That is amazing.
Yeah. My thing that I go back to, and it's just probably, and I think it comes to the individual. I feel like it's so hard to lose a job, maybe that you want. I think that a lot of times that's self-inflicted. When you don't, I can think about the few jobs that I don't even know if I've been termed, but I maybe wanted to walk away from or walked away from. That was all based on my decision or what I knew what was coming or what would happen. And I just think that, if you go for a job and you can do the job and be a good team player and a good employee and work with everybody that you have to work with, then it's almost like secondhand. Like it's not
Leaving
even
a job
process.
should always be on your terms, the employee's terms.
I
right?
agree. I think certain people create, not certain people, I think every person is a product of the environment that they create around them. If you act a certain way, if you do things, I would say shady, whatever you want to call it, then by nature, that is going to be suspect to other people. And I think it's just something like where you kind of breed your own environment. And it's unfortunate because, for me, I tell people all the time, the easiest thing you can do in life to keep a job, whether it's in marriage, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a job, whatever, is make yourself indispensable. That's the easiest thing you can do, that by far. Everything else is out of your control, but you can make it to where you, they don't have a choice. You are too
Valuable
important
to lose,
and
yes.
valued not to,
Right.
keep them. And that's in your control. But
it's a funny story I'm going to throw out there. So I was trying to think whether or not I had ever been fired from a job. And the truth is I've actually been fired from 2 jobs. Well, let go of one and fired from another.
About to be 3.
Oh. That's not funny. Do you know I get that all the time? That is not funny. Kill me with that. So
My bad.
one job when I was in high school, I was let go of a movie theater job I had, where
You burnt the popcorn.
no, the
Ate
funny thing,
too much of it.
you would think something like that would make more sense, right? But it was definitely my fault. Power went out, and in the theater in the area that we were in, and I was like, "What the hell?" I was as confused as all the patrons, and the management took that staff, and my behavior was inappropriate, which maybe it was, but I was freaked out. There was no lights.
You're asking them what we're going.
What the hell do we do? I was as scared as everybody
How old
else.
are you?
16.
Oh, okay. You were
I would've-
managing.
I wasn't managing. No, I said the management let me go because my behavior, I was.
Because you didn't
freaked-
handle
freaked
a
out.
black
I freaked out.
Where do we go? I don't know. Where do we go?
What do we do? There was no lights.
You're causing panic.
I was causing panic. But as a
I'm outta here.
as a as an employee of like they say, you don't yell fire in
Right,
a crowded movie
right,
theater. If you work there, you're a part of the system to protect people, and I guess
To manage.
my fear scared everybody else too. Right? So that was,
He just starts running. And
What
you know
the
people are
shit?
gonna
Everybody
start
else
running.
here.
And you
He's like,
know black
shit,
people,
he's
they
by
don't
yourself.
ask.
He's
They
by
don't
yourself.
ask why he runs.
He's
by
getting the
yourself.
popcorn.
Hey,
Just
y'all
running.
in there by yourself. I'm gonna live. I don't have to be faster than everybody. I just need to be faster than one or two of y'all. The second job I lost. My father doesn't understand layoffs, so I was laid off from.
So you were fired.
I would-
To him, you were
to
fired.
My dad to this day. Well, you got fired from Applied Materials. I said, Daddy, they had a layoff. They lay off hundreds of people every third year, and I was a part of it. Nah, if you was worth it, damn, they'd have kept you.
That's right. Papa Madera.
You're like,
That's not the way that worked. I was
like,
there
does
every day. I never missed a day, and I was just, and there's no way to convince him that a layoff is not a firing. But that happened. So
I don't think boomers got laid off. did
no, my
Yeah.
daddy worked for AT&T for 33
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
One
they?
job.
You know what?
33 years.
Invaluable.
Invaluable, right? Right.
You can't get rid of him.
he knows too much.
Knows too
even,
much.
even when he became a liability to him in his later years, where he wasn't as, because he's a male from the 70s and times were beginning
He was
to change.
using racial slurs.
Well,
and-
he's not going to be as receptive to women in his environment and saying things that are still
sexist.
definitely and still saying things that aren't quite.
Can you get me a cup of coffee, sweetheart?
Some bullshit like that, right? And so even then, they just figured out a way to move him to a place where he's working alone,
With men.
where he worked by himself anyway. He was used to working alone, and they tried to move him to an office, and
Like severed.
right, right. So they put him in and they kept him around for an additional, after he could have retired at 30 years, another 3 years, because he didn't want to retire like that. So,
Wow.
but
Interesting.
he became.
Have you been fired from a job, David?
Yes, I've been fired from, and I can't even believe this is going to be on record. I was fired from Lady Foot Locker.
You worked at Lady Foot Locker?
So there's a
Was this-
story. There's a story behind this. So I was in school in Colorado.
This is
I
about
was,
to get inappropriate.
I was in college.
fast.
No. There's nothing
Foot
inappropriate
fetish.
about it. So I was actually working.
You're supposed to put the shoe on,
I
right?
get it. I get it, David. I just want to let you know.
No,
I just
he
wanna let
really
you-
gets it.
No.
I
He
just wanna let
really,
you know.
really
I just wanna let
understands.
you know I understand, buddy.
In college,
I should have been a shoe salesman, a ladies' shoe salesman.
Al Bundy.
Al Bundy style, baby.
my freshman year. I needed a job. I needed money, so I went and applied at the local mall, and I applied at Foot Locker, and I got the job. And they were like, "Hey," after like 2 weeks, they're like, "Hey, man, I'm sorry, but we're gonna have to let you go." And they're like, "Or if you want, Lady Foot Locker has a position as a stock person. You won't ever see anybody." And I was like, "Oh,
Cool.
fuck it, I'll take
I'll
it.
stock.
Cool, I'll do it." So I go Lady Foot Locker, and I'm there for I'll never forget, because it was one of the first jobs I ever had when I was in Colorado, and it was I got the job in August. I worked September, and I worked half of October or all of October, and 2 weeks before I had asked my manager at the time, "Hey, can I take off for Halloween? It's my first Halloween in Colorado," and she said no, and I was like, "I'm still gonna take it off."
Typical David.
So I took it off, and the next day, she didn't fire me, but she said, "Hey, I'm going to be phasing you out."
Mm,
That's firing.
And I was
That's fine.
like,
It's like getting laid off.
yeah,
yeah, I
That's
got,
it.
I got laid off.
right.
I got laid off.
That's a
So-
David breakup.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's how
You
he
just-
got it.
You just didn't.
Yeah.
It was a long goodbye.
Just let him down gently.
Yeah.
and go from
Let him
there,
down
yeah.
gently for the
Hello?
next year.
For another-
and then
Yeah.
That's how I used to do the servers who don't show up to their shift. I never really called them and told them they were
you,
fired.
you lose a shift.
You just
and then you just lose
you
another
just
shift.
you just not put them the next
Phase
schedule.
them out.
You just got well, you didn't show up to your shift, so I assume you quit. So then every shift after that, I just don't have to put you back on.
Yeah.
You
Put
quit.
3
You
weeks
can't
down
find-
the road,
you can't
one
say-
2 hour shift. You're like,
And you don't show up because nobody's gonna show up to a 2-hour shift on a Wednesday. Right.
That's true. Vinny?
oof. I got fired from, I quit Grills broiler.
Grills broiler.
Gills.
Sorry, Gills broiler.
You're tired of flipping
Gills? Is that like a
It was a
country bar?
secondary.
Gills actually makes very great fried
I couldn't
chicken,
tell you how many times I worked 2 jobs.
but they
at a
also do
time,
burgers.
Small
He's
periods
setting
of time,
himself
just so I
up for
could make.
failure. See?
I was just to make a little extra money.
Nothing wrong with
I
that.
could.
So what? You got fired?
No, I quit. I left everything there unclean because I worked in the back. Me and this other guy actually we quit at the same time. It was really bad, but the guy.
Who are you? Tony Montana?
Yeah,
Watch it
exactly. Yeah, I got another guy job.
Watch it yourself.
You know, I think in my adult life, I was 27 years old. What brought me to Houston, I worked for HEB, the
Didn't Lou bring you to
retail support center. Now we met here in town.
Fate brought him to
Yeah,
Houston.
fate did.
Fate saved your life.
And I can say that it did.
You
Saved
talking
her
about
life.
being
So I was working at this place, and this what brought me to HEB or brought me to Houston. Started working there, but it was a warehouse position, managing 100+ order selectors, is what they're called, just guys, in and out,
I remember that.
selecting jobs, throwing pallets down, putting them on the trailers. That's what they were doing. And I was brought in to manage these guys as a 26, 27-year-old. And these are guys that are like either 18, 19, 20 years old, or they're like 50 years old, 60 years old, like all age groups. And I just really didn't like the job. Like I liked it the first few months, but then it felt like political. It was just I had to be there every morning at 5:30 first off, and I was still young, and I still like to get out a little bit, step out, have some bevs. That's how I met this one here. And just over time, I just felt like one foot was creeping out the door. And I just
Started working with me a little bit.
I was working with David. I came into the office on my days off. I was 4 on there. My 3 days off would be a day or 2 at the office, and just kind of starting to dabble with what David was doing, trying to help him out. And I just knew that was never going to be the job for me. It was just holding me over to my next thing. And there was one instance where I had one of my team leaders cover for me, but our ops manager at the time, so our superior, wasn't told that I was doing that I was calling. I didn't know that we needed to tell them. And so I felt like they were kind of
Micromanaging?
They were micromanaging, but they were actually like accumulating things against me that they didn't maybe like, or maybe I wasn't like being successful. They had me in charge of sanitation and like all the ugly, dirty things there. Like sanitation, you know what I'm saying?
Sanitarium.
Yeah, so I just probably to them wasn't fulfilling my duties. And for me, it was like, I'm going to hold on as long as I can. And we just kind of came into a mutual agreement that they were going to be phasing me out.
Mutually.
The phase out.
Mutual breakup.
Yeah, it was a mutual breakup.
I love it.
They said
didn't break up with me. We mutually parted ways.
Here, we're going to give you the car. We're going to keep the house, and then you can go on your merry way.
Okay.
And so that was it.
Okay.
Lou?
Yeah.
Never
That's a
have
lot.
I ever been fired from a job.
Not even the aquarium when you were the
No,
shark
do you
mascot?
think they wanna,
The
Wow.
shark mascot.
First of all,
What the fuck?
I'm gonna remember that. You want to expose our past, personal information. Yes, I was a shark mascot.
Hey,
After
nothing wrong with it, man. Work is work, bro.
work was work.
Why are you?
The kids would love it right
Why
now.
I'm not ashamed of y'all. Just all spit out laughing, and you're telling me I'm not supposed to be
because of the
making
person,
fun of me.
because of the person you are today.
They didn't know the beauty on the inside. Okay.
I couldn't have been there.
I remember we saw a shark.
I lost money.
We saw the mascot.
We went to an Astros game, and he
Lou
was
almost started
there.
crying.
Well, okay, first of all, Landry's is a huge sponsor of the Astros. So all of the Landry's restaurants are, displayed there.
Shit.
And the Downtown Aquarium is a Landry's restaurant.
Yes, right.
So they would have the mascot go there and walk around and take pictures with kids and whatnot. And one day the guy wasn't there to do it. And I was in high school. And I'm like, yeah, of course I'm going to do it. Sure. And That was a part of my job, but I'm gonna remember that.
It's
But
part of our
again,
history.
Why are you,
Again,
why are you threatening Vinny?
indispensable.
Why are you?
Plug and play. Never been fired from a job.
She stepped up.
Why are you threatening
Damn, we
Vinny?
need to get a damn.
Why are you threatening Vinny? It doesn't make any sense. Like you say, you're proud of it.
Because he said that as it. He's like, "Are you sure you didn't get fired? Not even as a shark." That's pretty rude.
Oh man.
Oh.
All right. So moving on. I want to talk about some legal things. I guess I'm trying to think of what we've had some issues with going on the past couple of weeks. Vinny, is there something that you can think about that we? Where do we start? Yeah. Where do we start? Lou, can you think of anything?
Legal things.
What was the question?
I want to talk about some legal things.
Yeah, but legal things that happened this week.
Any things that have happened in the office or last week that we can think are relative. I have one thing that I want to talk about, and it may be a topic we've touched on before, but I cannot stress this enough, and this is something that I just kind of live by. It's that I cannot stress, you cannot reason with unreasonable people.
Correct.
I tell everybody that because there's just no way, and as much as I really try to make as many of our clients happy, there's just no way you're going to make all of them happy. For whatever reason, people are going to believe what they believe in. That's fine. I get it. It's part of what we do. That's what we signed up for. But I want to kind of brush on that with you guys and get your thoughts on it.
It's just amazing to me that, first off, it's not like we can go to these people and we're like twisting their arm to, allow us to, give us the opportunity to pursue this matter for you.
Yeah.
We're not making any money up front. We're not going to make any money unless you make money. Just the simplest way to put it.
But there are limitations to that money, too.
There are.
Again, we've talked about this before. It's managing expectations.
Yeah.
People are not understanding that we have to work within a set of limits on multiple facets, on a legal facet, on the insurance facet, and on their, history and what they've, had previously may have encountered and what they're willing to do to help the situation. Now, there are so many facets.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, just saying that just management.
I completely agree. I think I do want to also kind of stress, because I know this is going to be a video, this does not apply just to the clients. Like, this applies to adjusters. This applies to defense attorneys. This applies to
Healthcare providers.
It's very frustrating when we are trying to work together, and it's hard when certain individuals make that process difficult.
Even other law firms.
Yeah. And it's being reasonable can go so far when it's cohesive and everybody is on the same side. And sometimes that makes it exponentially difficult when you're on the same side and people don't want to be
willing to
reasonable.
budge.
Yeah.
right? Especially going into it and knowing the personal injury claims, our industry's process.
Yeah.
Like, we're all coming into it, we're facilitating a claim. The client has to understand exactly what we're doing. That's why we pride ourselves in sharing with them, this is the roadmap. This is how it's going to happen. We need to manage your expectations. We need to do this, that. And they even at the beginning can say that they understand it. The providers know that when we're sending them, our guarantees, our letters of protection or whatnot to help our clients get treatment, they understand that at some point we may have to work together as far as billing goes and potential reductions or whatnot. And then the insurance companies, they know what this animal all, is about. And so everybody kind of has to be on the same page. It's not often that everybody is, it's not always a perfect storm, but we just kind of have to navigate it. And the thing that grinds my gears the most is that the clients, when you don't manage the expectations,
Are ungrateful.
or are ungrateful. They say they understand, but ultimately it doesn't sound like they do. And they've hired us as professionals in our field. And I tell people all the time, it's like putting somebody in your corner to protect your interests, because that other boxer out there got a big, bad billion-dollar corporation
Yeah.
that's over there coaching them as well, and and it's got their back. So it's like we're the ones that are trying to protect you, and that's what you hired us for. So let us do our job.
And before AJ and Kelly, before you post something like this, I want to make sure I see it because I don't want it to look like we're shitting on our clients. Just FYI. So,
Or yeah, we just.
anyway, that was one thing I wanted to touch on. But as far as everything else goes, I think everybody is kind of a quick update on that on the House bills that we had discussed in the previous podcast.
Yes, fill us in.
Since then, they have passed. They have been approved in the Senate, and the House. It's now in the hands of the House of Reps, and we don't know what's going to happen. We are hoping that it does not pass there, but it just needs one more approval from the House of Reps for it to go through. So,
Can't they ask for it to become
they can amend it.
a vote?
It is going to a vote for the House of
No.
Reps.
No, a vote to the people to vote on a bill.
You would think, but that's not how it works. That's why people have to go out and tell their constituents exactly how they feel. And if you are interested in doing that, I would suggest you go to it's texaswatch.com, and it's pretty easy. It's a letter that's already pre-written, and you just fill in your name, and you say I disapprove of House Bill blah 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 blah. And
It's like a petition.
and it says send to my constituent, and that's it. And it automatically goes to your constituent in your area once you show your address. I encourage you guys to do that. But it's very scary because when it comes down to it, when everything's boiled down, it's the more severely you are injured, the less you are likely to get. It's a mechanism for the insurance company to basically
Continue to win.
handicap how much you're able to get. And the fact of the matter is it's just scary.
The thing about it is that,
They make billions, so you can get pennies.
and it helps that, the people that are severely injured, like it's already happened to them. For most people, they're like, oh, well,
And it can happen.
that's not going to happen to me.
Yeah.
You have no
what are the
idea.
chances that that's going to happen to me? It doesn't matter. It's not my, fight, or whatnot. So it's like, they don't care. It's not enough to care about. Like they gotta, if they tie it to like insurance rates or something to where it's gonna
That
affect
has
them.
nothing to do with insurance rates.
I understand that, but I'm saying it has to affect that person almost completely. Especially, I saw this article where it's like Texas has one of the least in population as far as voter turnout. Like we were one of the top 3 with the least amount of voters. In the United States.
Of available vote? Of available
No,
of
of
voters.
people who show up to the polls.
Of eligible voters,
who actually show
those are
up.
who
Of
showed up.
eligible vote.
Yes.
Which is why I think we should make it
Mandatory.
mandatory. Just Australia does,
You know,
Brazil
To
does.
renew your license, to do whatever.
Did you vote? And then you don't get a license.
There's no way certain parties would allow that to happen on
Agreed.
purpose.
Understood, but
But I mean there's
That you
also
want it to be
what's
fair.
right?
no. I agree.
If you're arguing about what's fair and what's right and what the people are choosing, it should be compulsory.
I completely agree, but there's also a reason why Texas is the highest in insurance rates. Texas is the highest in property taxes rates. Texas is the highest in
California?
Yes, because
By
it's a
percentage.
scam.
Property
By
By
Texas is higher
percentage.
by percentage.
By percentage.
Now
Now, the homes in California may cost more, so it looks the same.
but the percentage
But the percentage is
significantly higher.
significantly higher.
Here in Texas, it's
In
2
California,
plus.
it's like less than 1%.
Texas also has more car accidents and trucking deaths than any other state in the nation. They also have the lowest education in the or one of the lowest educations.
Can't
in
be
the
lower
nation.
than Oklahoma.
Cool.
I'm just telling you for how large Texas is and for what the
By
GDP
per
is.
capita.
Yeah,
And that's
It's
why
shocking.
insurance companies are dropping out of the high risk flood areas, storm, hurricane zones, whatnot, from California to Texas and Florida.
Wow.
So it's disappointing, but there
Money wins.
are reasons for that.
A dumb populace is a controlled populace.
Hello.
Gotcha. Damn.
Sorry, guys, 1 second.
Gucci.
Nestor's asking me how it went. But anyway, so it's
Beep, beep. Asking how it went.
Why are you posting?
the bill is very, very scary. We're gonna know, I guess, in the next I think they close down. The session closes in 30 days, so we will know within the next 30 days what happens. But that can change
our entire industry.
Industry forever. And it's going to make, my biggest fear is that it's going to make firms who strictly handle catastrophic, like only handle catastrophic injury cases, start handling.
Dive into the.
Yes. And that's troublesome.
That's on a business aspect.
From a business aspect. The worst part is that the clients aren't going to get the money that they deserve.
Exactly.
Like that, it's just, it's going to bleed into so many things that people don't realize.
And I don't want to dive too deep.
But
it would be one thing and wouldn't be as harsh if, we had insurance that people could, medical insurance that people could go get treated at any time and have those programs set up so that they didn't require all this money in order to sustain their life after a catastrophic accident.
It's industry greed over industry greed.
Correct.
Exactly what's driving all of this. It's like, well, if we had insurance and healthcare and all that stuff that was completely accessible and just you could go, it was a human right, then we wouldn't need all this money to pay for all these other things.
Yeah.
And so
We tried that. At least we started to try it.
yeah.
Again, didn't want to get too deep. Sports?
Yeah, sports. So we are
Rockets are out.
We are in the middle of the NBA playoffs, and I wanted to kind of talk to you guys without you having stats in front of you.
You gave me no warning.
Yeah, on purpose, but we all know who's in there, and I'm going to go through a quick rundown of.
Listen, I was so disappointed that I had not watched as much basketball that I had in a basketball. Sports ball.
Sporty ball.
Then the last month, right? And then we didn't have a podcast for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I have all this
knowledge
right now
died.
that is just
And
not
now it's
useful.
gone. Yeah.
And I have no public outlet to show off my knowledge. And now you want to hit me once the Rockets are out and I'm watching less because I'm like, I don't care.
We
I
ain't
don't
having
care.
a podcast. Yeah.
So do we? There's only 8 teams left, right?
Yep.
You know what's
Yeah.
crazy is that last night, I think, when the Wolves won, were they the first game or the second game?
They were the second game.
When the Wolves won, I think they were the first team, home team, to win a game in the second round.
Yeah. Because all the underdogs won.
Because New York beat Boston twice in Boston.
Oh,
20-point
that was a
comebacks,
rough,
both of them.
rough.
Wild.
On a buzzer beater.
Yep.
The last one was on
They
a buzzer
are
beater.
balling. And what's
are.
funny is listening to the redirection that's happening on TNT. Shaq and Charles Barkley both picked, without even a question,
Boston.
that Boston was going to sweep the Knicks. Wasn't even going to be close. Now you hear them talking, well, they got a game plan now, and they looking great.
Should've.
Oh,
Yeah.
but,
They didn't know that they couldn't keep a lead. I guess something happened.
right.
Man, and as much as I want to, one of our very good friends who is also a guest on this podcast, Brian Liu, owner of Rooster and Rice, is a huge Warriors fan. So during that first series,
He was talking
we were
trash.
talking so much
And then
trash
he
to
wins
each other,
in the,
right?
in the end.
And
He just needed to go to the last game.
I'm the last shit. I'm the type of shit talker that just little bomb here. I'm not gonna do it straight to your face, but it's gonna be a dig. And in the end, he ended up winning. But now, his son is actually best friends with Luka, and his son is a huge Warriors fan. And so now that the Warriors are playing the Timberwolves, it'll come on, and Luka's like, "Mommy, who are you voting, or who you voting for?
Voted for.
Who you rooting for?" I was like, "I'm rooting for the Timberwolves." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I might root for Steph Curry, because no, we really like Steph
He was rooting
Curry."
for the Wolves all
And then
night
yesterday,
long
all night,
yesterday.
he likes to root for who's winning.
He'd be like,
right?
"What's the score?"
Yeah, what's the score? Yeah,
Oh, I'm taking them.
yeah. He
Like
wants to root for
Minnesota
That's so-
Wolves. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so funny because now,
Front runner.
but they find a way to come back. They'll be down 30 points, and they make it up to 5, and then they'll lose it again. But it's like, that's all they need.
It's
The
their
momentum.
role players have been showing up. Man, Buddy Hill, that Porzingis.
Buddy
how do you-
Hield.
Who is healed? Like
But
he
but
came out of
actually-
nowhere.
No, he didn't come out of nowhere.
He
was
good.
won
He was good in
that
college.
No, he
was
played for
good.
career
Oklahoma.
game against the
No,
Rockets.
No, again, he didn't come out of nowhere. He was killing it at Oklahoma, killing it. Now,
Has he always been with Golden State?
No, he came
got
from
traded.
Oklahoma.
No, he came to Oklahoma from college.
Sacramento.
Oh,
He went to
college.
Sacramento, and then
That's
he
right.
came to. He got traded to them this past year. But he's always been super talented. He was killing it. I was making bets as he played college ball, and his bets would always land because he's going to make his number. But he's not just anybody. I would think if
He was in
anybody,
the
But he
three-point
was-
contest this year.
if anybody was new, it's this. What's his name?
Pod?
Yeah,
Chuck.
Krusty the Clown?
Script
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
joker.
Oh my God!
But
Yesterday
Zing just-
he
Yeah.
hit so many
The
threes, and I'm
joke-
like, "Who's
Yeah.
this lame-o?"
This joker can shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You give him 2 feet and two, he's going to make that shot. He surprises me the most because he, out of nowhere, off the bench, he can make his open shots. Where other teams, we have to like the Timberwolves have to rely on Nas Reed as a viable 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
The dude,
He can make 'em.
and he'll make them. But the
I
But
didn't
you
know
got
his name,
Steph
but,
Curry. You got a lot of 3-point
Jimmy
shooters.
Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
healed now.
Yeah.
The dude Pajic, what's his name?
Grandpa Green.
Porzingis.
Grandpa Green made 4 threes in the first half of the last
Hate
game.
that guy.
Now Kuminga. Kuminga's back.
It is strange watching them work. I hate Dylan Brooks, but that joker can make
Why?
that raggedy ass 3-point.
Why you hate
I
Dylan
don't
Brooks?
know.
I
His
don't know,
shot
just
is a little
'cause his shot is ugly.
He shoots from his chest. He's like,
Does that matter?
Yeah, it matters. You want to be sexy. You want your bam.
Luca is not sexy.
Who?
his shot? Or
Yeah.
him?
all around.
What are you talking
Like,
about?
Don't see him and think he's like a.
He has a better looking shot to me than.
He's talking about the
Dylan.
shot, not the.
Not the
Not the
physique.
person.
Not the
face of
physique.
Yeah,
physique. Yeah.
he clearly needs to go take a Pilates class. But I'm talking about.
He needs a tone. Yeah.
It's funny that you know that. That's his big gripe.
Maybe
Everybody's
LeBron will put him
That's
to
what
work.
Vince told me. He's like, yeah, everyone hates on him.
That's
for
the reason
looking
he got traded. It's
Oh.
because he's fat. And
pudgy Luca over
don't
there.
give a damn. What's funny is I saw a meme that said, "This is him before he started eating American food." This is him now, fat, got a beer belly, dad bod, playing in the NBA.
He's a
Still
crybaby.
top 5 player though.
A crybaby player.
He does cry a lot.
All
the
they all
cats
cry.
cry
They
a
all
lot.
cry. I like how y'all just pick certain ones. They all cry.
No, they
Oh
don't
my
cry.
gosh.
I
okay.
saw the big guy for the Nuggets crying the other day. And he was getting fouled.
Joker?
Joker was getting fouled, but he was crying every time he was down the court. Crying every time.
Oh.
They all cry.
Soft.
So y'all wouldn't cry?
Hell no.
I'd be crying like a bitch.
So who are you taking? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 series left. We got the Cavs and the Pacers. Pacers are up 2-0. This next game is in Indiana, and the Cavs are favored by 5.
I like the Cavs.
Yeah, Cavs have been like the number
Now,
1, 2 seed.
Tyrese Halliburton is balling, but I think his injury, without him, they are useless. But
Yeah.
his injury may cause a problem. That's the only reason I'm
He got
picking
injured
Cavs.
after the last game?
He hurt his wrist.
I think the Cavs too. In this game.
I think it'll be close.
You have no clue. You haven't
Not
watched
no
any-
clue. I
Lou said the Rattlers.
Cavs.
I'll take the Pacers.
University of Texas.
Pacers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's hard.
Pacers, and I think the
Why Pacers?
I mean
They're already up 2-0.
They're up 2-0. They're going home. All they got to do is get the next one of the next two.
Yeah, to be up 3-0 is hard to lose. It has happened.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 2-0 right now, but yeah,
Yeah.
just to get one of their next 2 home games.
Okay.
But it seems like home field that has no advantage right now.
Yeah.
True.
So.
True. Maybe the Celtics just need to get away from home.
Yeah.
They look like the Cowboys. Terrible.
Thunder and Nuggets.
Who did you pick?
I picked the Cavs.
I think the Thunder is going to just I don't know what happened in game 1. It was
That was
kind of an
crazy.
anomaly.
I think so too.
I think so
But the
too.
fact that they can go back and they've been beating people by like 30-plus points.
Average. On average.
Yeah.
Like
They
just
have
when they like,
Average.
you know what?
They've
Let's
been averaging.
let's actually play today.
Yeah.
It's going to be 30-plus.
Right.
Yeah.
How
The,
against
the game
Denver,
was
too?
over at the start of the second quarter at the last game.
Yeah.
They were up 30.
Yeah. So
How do you get up 30?
That quickly.
Houston was
Yeah.
up 30 and then lost it all. So
So, Lou, Thunder, Nuggets.
Thunder.
Thunder Nuggets.
Ooh, I like
That's
that.
hungry
Good
names.
names.
Yeah.
Are you hungry?
I think the Thunder as well.
I'll take Thunder.
We got two
Thunder.
more, and that's the Celtics and the Knicks. Knicks are up 2-0. Going back to New York. I think the Knicks are going to take
Yeah, I'm pushing for Boston, but I think the Knicks are going to take it.
At home?
It's
The games
crazy
have
'cause
been
I think-
close.
Well, no,
What is it, a pick 'em?
it.
at the end.
I bet
No,
you-
Celtics
Boston has
5.5.
been up
Correct.
in
And they
both.
lose it. Yeah.
One thing to note, and I'm looking here, every single away team, the spread is 5 or 5.5.
Because that's the new break 'em.
Yeah, they're thinking that
It's the new break 'em.
it's going to go the other way when
Yeah.
they go back to.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I think that's an even score is what they're saying.
Yeah.
Before the series, I would have said Boston all the way.
No joke.
Also,
Yeah.
Not even close.
um,
You know what? Go ahead. Let me say.
New York.
I'm going to be.
Get closer.
New York.
Oh, he's trying to get you on record. That's nasty work right there.
You know, I changed.
Luca wants New York too. So
Yeah,
go.
but I'm going to go for Boston.
I'm going with Lou.
Boston.
Only because I think that they've kind of learned that they can't live on the three, and if they're just a little bit more aggressive, if Brown and
Tatum.
Tatum start taking it to the basket,
Yes.
they'll beat it. They'll
Hard
get
in
them
the paint.
Yeah.
See, Look at
I
that.
can't stand when like you're trying to shoot for those threes when like you're guaranteed to just
Right.
They've made history the last two games with missing the most threes.
Yes.
45
Boston?
yeah.
45 threes they
So
missed.
why
Oh
like you
my
know
Out of
it's not
60
working
They were
for
45 of 62 or some
like just
bullcorn
go.
like that.
Keep
Wow.
going. Keep it hard in
Yeah,
the paint.
they've missed the
Yeah.
most in history.
Draw a foul and one. Done. There's
crazy.
3.
They've made a lot of
Hello?
history in the past two
There you go.
games.
Agree. I agree with Lou.
Okay. And the last one, which, I mean, I already know who I'm picking, but Timberwolves and the Warriors.
Wolves, baby.
Wolves.
That's for you, B.
Wolves.
Yeah,
Wolves.
Timberwolves.
Are you a GSW fan?
No, not him.
Point at the
I was pointing at the
camera.
camera.
Oh, okay. Oh, B.
I'm going to go with the Timberwolves as well. I think
F Golden State.
I
Oh, now
think
you
a
really wanna start a
7-game
fight.
series against a very physical team was too much for Golden State.
Brian, I didn't say all that. I just want to let you know. I didn't say-
So
Well, and
Yeah.
Curry's hurt.
Curry's hurt.
They're number 1 3.
Draymond cannot continue to shoot like that.
And he can't continue to be aggressive because one more attack
because
Yeah,
he's a
and he's
grandpa.
and he's out.
Yeah. I think he's getting a little tired.
Yeah.
He's
So
getting tired
Because
every
he's a
year.
grandpa. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
He's too old for this shit.
He's
I'm
too
saying too old.
he's younger than all of us.
true.
Draymond is 30, 34, 35
But you
years old.
guys are not in the NBA. so.
That's true. That's fair. That's fair.
Listen, the one thing I
don't
did
know that I like
appreciate
your- I
of
don't
the
like your tone.
Warrior Rockets.
Like your tone is
I'm
acceptable.
gonna get HR after this.
I'm calling HR.
Come see me.
I'm calling
Come
HR.
see me.
That's HR that said the shit. Can you believe that?
The one thing I did appreciate about the Rockets Warriors series was how street it was.
Yeah.
I was
Early on,
ready
it
for a
was-
fight.
You know, the last
every
game lacked that.
Yeah.
And I think that
I think they got tired. I think Houston. I watched those guys. They looked very sluggish and tired. They
Yeah.
did not look. The
it's
only
like the
one,
young
like I
Bucks
said,
didn't have no more.
I mean, they're young,
for
but
the
they don't know,
vets.
they don't know all the tricks of the how
Yeah.
to be thug like Draymond Green.
old age and treachery beat youth and vigor. You need to know that.
Yeah.
Raymond Medeiros.
The great Rado.
But,
Raymondrellis Thaddeus.
I got drafted. Third round.
I was trying to make it sound like a Latin Roman philosopher.
You just made him sound more black.
Just made it sound- the third.
The third.
An
The
actual
third
black.
of his name.
Raymondrius Thaddeus.
The third.
third.
Of his
Where's the apostrophe
Of my
though?
name, right? It's after the Thaddeus.
So we all settle on the Wolves, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
Wolves.
all on the Wolves.
All right, man. Well, this was actually refreshing. I needed this today after firing someone.
Damn, David.
David.
God, why to bring it back down?
Damn, no.
Okay. So
Can you just?
Jesus.
I'm just gonna.
And may that person R.I.P. Can we have a moment of
Can
silence?
I pee on
This
your
song's dedicated to my homie.
But thank you guys for another episode. Until next time,
Arrivederci.
arrivederci. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.